everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Iman, and this is Recovering Strong Black Woman, where we talk about everything from law of attraction to manifestation to healing to ultimately living life on your own damn terms. On today's episode, we're going to talk about my journaling technique that I cultivated last year during my spiritual awakening. So I have always journaled since I can remember. When I was younger, it used to be poems or songs, just something to kind of express myself. When I felt heavy, I would just always kind of write it out. For my parents, they used to always have like a notebook. My mom used to always have like a notebook in her purse, so that used to always kind of connect with me too, and I kind of always picked that out. When I was going through my spiritual awakening, I had a lot of shit that I needed to get out. There was a lot that I was going to process, and I started to journal. And in my journaling, it was so hot and heavy. The ancestors were just flowing all this stuff down. They understood assignment. I didn't understand it then. It was a lot going on. And there were so many emotions to process. And I was journaling, but it was not giving what's supposed to give at all. And I was just doing traditional, like, hey, this is what I'm feeling, just releasing it, kind of keeping track. And somewhere in between, I got this insight to do something different, and it's very easy. So what you're going to do is find a journal. One thing that I will recommend is I like to find journals based on where I am operating within that season, right? So if I am going through a certain challenge or a certain evolution, a lot of times I want to journal unique to that. And when I am done, when I feel like I've healed, I have released that section, I'm a burn, I'm released, I'm let it go. I don't need to go back and look at it. I've gained what I need to get, and I just release it. So that's just my perspective. What I would recommend is you go find a journal, whatever speaks to you. TJ Maxx has some great options. There's a lot of Black creators that have some additional options as well. I'm working on a version 2, so that's coming as well. But even if you don't have that, I just recommend just starting with a scratch piece of paper. And I will say, I highly recommend you using a pen and a paper versus digital, because there is something different about writing it down with your own hands and releasing it. And just feeling the motion as you write it with intentions versus typing, right? You type, you're on social media. It doesn't necessarily have the same impact, at least that's my experience. So I highly encourage you to make sure you just get a pen and paper, right? Even if you're starting there. What I like to do with my journaling technique is pretty simple. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the things that I'm grateful for. If you want to supercharge your healing, your manifestation, your release, it's important to realize that even in a storm, there is always stuff to be grateful for, right? You might feel like your world is crashing, but you got water. Or you might feel like work is driving you insane, but you still got a job. Or you might feel like you're alone, but you have the opportunity to have a phone to reach out to other people to create a different community with maybe people that you don't know. So there's still a lot of different ways to kind of have gratitude even when you're going through challenging environments. So always start with gratitude. I typically would start with a minimum of 3, and even as I go throughout the day, what I'll say is when you start your gratitude practice, what you'll realize is you will start to experience it like, damn, I like this, like, oh, I'm gonna put that down. Like, you're excited, you're more conscious of the things that you're grateful of as the day kind of continues, because it's not just happening and you're not just moving on to the next thing. You're like becoming very intentional of sitting and observing, like, wow, no, like, that's cool. Like, I appreciate that moment, that experience, whatever that is, happen, and then you start to take note of it. So start with gratitude. And then step 2 is when the game really changed. In my spiritual my spiritual awakening, I realized that I really did not have to do it all on my own, which is hence one of the reasons for Recovering Strong Black Woman is I don't have to do it all. Like, I have the world and the universe here to support me, and my ancestors to support me, so let me tap into them. And that's kind of what I did. It was a very intuitive experience, and I remember the first time I followed through this practice, and I shared with my girlfriends, and she tried it. She was like, oh no, friend, that's a game changer. And basically what I do is, so after you have your gratitude, then at the bottom you're going to have things, you're going to list out things that you're going to release. Whatever it is, it could be I'm releasing fear of this relationship. I'm releasing when I will get promoted. I'm releasing where I will relocate. I'm releasing what comes next. I'm releasing what car I should get. I'm releasing how to jumpstart my fitness routines. Anything you feel like you have been trying and not been able to get a jump start solution, it just feels like you were digging your heels into the ground, you release it here. And so I just journal it out. And at the end, typically I just have an affirmation and I say, you know, whatever calls you, you know, God, spirit, universe, I ask that you help me in releasing these things from my experience. Please help me. And I'm just like that, like, hey, I'm being challenged with these areas. I need your help. Please give me your insight, your guidance, your wisdom. And here's the other thing. Please have that insight come to me with ease, and also please give it to me in a way that it's easy for me to understand, okay? I don't need something incredibly complicated. If you are coming to give me a solution, please, Spirit, make it easy for me to understand. And that's exactly what I did. What I say, this journaling technique, it might sound super simple, but it is a game changer. And it gave me so much freedom in being able to release shit that I thought I alone had to figure out. It is crazy. Let me give y'all a real world example that just happened over this past week of this journaling technique. And it's so powerful. It's so powerful. I have been going back and forth since forever about getting a new car. I'm frugal. It is what it is, right? I have definitely challenged and overcome my luxury blocks, but there's some things I just don't want to pay for. And it is what it is. And I was just stuck in like, number one, I'm not really a car person. I really don't care. So I'm doing all these back and forths. I live in an area that's very walkable. I'm like, but okay. All these things, right? All this indecision for months. I had been in this place of indecision since like April. And then finally, I was like, last week, I said, Spirit, I don't know when, where, what, make, model, but please make it clear which one I should get. Bring it to me with ease. I need your help. I don't know how to decide. I need insight. I need information. I need guidance. Please help me. Y'all, let me tell you, I journaled that on Sunday. Honey, the next day, I was on the phone with my best friend. I said, friend, listen, this Saturday, we're going to go get this car. That's it. I'm tired of this indecision. We're done. We're done so. All right, so make sure your schedule is clear. I hung up with my friend. And the guy that I had visited a dealership a week before that had no inventory called me and said, Iman, you're not going to believe this. We have the make that you want that they weren't supposed to get until 2022, late 2022. They said, we got the make that you want. We got the color that you want, which is super rare. Like, no one can find this color. And the grade of car that you want. And it's going to get delivered in a couple of days. And when he told me this, y'all, listen, I'm not a fool in like divine alignment. When it happened, I'm sitting on the phone. I hit my thigh 3 times like a good southerner. And I said, all right, all right. I said, thank you. What we got to do next? Within like 30 minutes, financing was all complete. Everything was locked in. Insurance done. I'm just literally waiting for this car. It was the easiest experience I've ever had with purchasing a car. And it's beautiful. I feel great in it. It has value. And it just happened in divine alignment. But it only happened when I released it. And I've told this story to everyone. I was like, I can't say that I'm shocked because the universe continues to show up for me. I just place gratitude as these experiences continue to happen and manifest in my life. And I feel like I owe it to share these experiences with others because everyone has the ability to tap into this guidance and wisdom. Listen, you don't have to be Google, right? You got your ancestors you can call on. Say, listen, ancestors, please help me to figure out this. They can only help if you are willing to ask for assistance. They can't be in your business if you're not willing to receive their insight. So I make it very evident. Hey, ancestors, please offer me your insight. Please offer me your intuition. Please offer me your direction. Please offer me what I need to know to make an informed decision. And I welcome it. And I welcome that it comes to me with ease, right? So I will really encourage you ladies to begin this technique. And for you, because I love you, and it's the season, I have a free downloadable template of my journaling technique that you can get from my website, recoveringstrongblackwoman.com. A link in the description so that you can jumpstart this technique as well. Like I said, this has been such a blessing for me. And I do this because I really want women to live a different experience because we have it available to us. And I want you guys to be able to tap in. And this has been remarkable for me. I hope it's remarkable for you. And I really hope you guys enjoy this journaling technique. But yeah, so that's my experience. That's how I also manifested a car in 24 hours and all the specifications that I wanted. Won't he do it? So that was my experience. So thank you guys again for tuning into another episode of Recovering Strong Black Woman, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys.